more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. It's your body. No one has the right to touch you if you don't want them to.
Hey, howdy, hey, people of the internet. Wolfman47 here. Yes, I'm doing this the day after the last vlog. I'm on a roll, and no, I've decided that I'm not gonna put a top on and just get through and then have to take it off because it's too hot, because today is just too hot, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So yeah. Right then, so today's topic, we're going to talk about the Weinstein Effect. So, for those of you not in the know, the Weinstein Effect relates to a guy called Harvey Weinstein. This was a guy that used to be like the sort of head honcho of the production company, the Weinstein Company, known for helping with a lot of different films from way back when. It eventually came to light that a lot of people had had kind of sexual harassment or something like that from the guy, and it wasn't until a few years ago where they actually did sort of put a brave face on and actually say to the world, I have been such and such by Harvey Weinstein. And it's pretty inspiring, pretty amazing that they got up, built the courage to actually do that. I think that's really inspiring and courageous on their part. And the reason why it's called the Weinstein Effect, or whatever other people call it, there's also the Me Too movement and all that, is because it actually turns out that there were other people sort of higher up or head honchos or whatever that had been found out has had similar situations. I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't actually know all that went through that, but I do know of two people besides Harvey Weinstein that had sort of things happen that, as a result of them coming out as being offenders, as it were. The first is Kevin Spacey. He is an actor. Been in quite a lot of things. The things I can think of are the film LA Confidential, which is similar to the game LA Noire, but kind of different in that it's a film and not a video game, obviously, but very similar because it's about police work and all that stuff. All-star cast, great film. Then there's A Bug's Life, where he played the villainous grasshopper, known simply as Hopper. This came out during a time when Disney / Pixar and DreamWorks were at each other's throats, and it came out around the same time as a similar DreamWorks film called Ants, and it's basically a case of you either like A Bug's Life or you love Ants. I grew up with A Bug's Life and didn't actually watch Ants until much later on in life, and I actually do prefer Ants over A Bug's Life, even though I do have fond memories of A Bug's Life. Okay, enough about that. Another film is Baby Driver. I can't remember what Kevin Spacey played in that, because it's been a while since I saw that great film, but I do know he plays one of the sort of, not the villain per se, the main villain that is, but he did play a villainous role in that. And if you've been on Netflix, he was one of the people, but he was in a starring role on the series House of Cards. And as a result of people coming out and sort of accusing him for sexual assault or whatever, many of the stuff he had going on at the time had to be edited or cancelled altogether. So I know he was working on a film which his role had to be recast. He was completely written out of the final season of House of Cards as a result. And he actually himself said that he came out as gay, but it didn't help matters. And since then, the most he's done is like seasonal videos where he appears in his role from House of Cards, doing like holiday greetings or whatever. He is getting help though, so that's good. And the other person I can think of is John Lasseter. Now, John Lasseter is a name you might recognise. He was once the head honcho of Pixar. He helped make Pixar a household name. He directed their first three feature films: Toy Story, A Bug's Life, and Toy Story 2. before handing the reins over to someone else to do films. But he would then come back to do more films with them with the Cars trilogy. I'm not sure if he did the third one, but I know he did the first two. And he also helped reinvent and revolutionize Disney animation in general because, after the pretty mediocre Chicken Run, not Chicken Run, Chicken Little, Disney were not doing well with the animation department, so he was put in charge of that, and among other different roles, became an executive producer for all the films from, I think, Bolt up until Ralph Breaks the Internet, I think. I'll check that later in the edit. And he was actually the least offender in that, because he did actually step down and admitted he had made a few missteps in doing that. But he left Disney Animation and Pixar in good hands. It's just a shame that he ended up doing what he did, and now people just refuse to work with him, even though he's now part of another company these days. And it's not just women that have been coming out at saying that these people have done cruel things to them. It's actually men as well, in particular with Kevin Spacey, because of what happened with him. It is a major thing what happened with those guys, and it's kind of right that they are now well and truly off the radar, not really doing much of anything because of what happened. Similarly, here in the UK, we've had quite a few sex offenders too, particularly in children's entertainment. So you might hear names like Rolf Harris and Jimmy Savile. They used to do some children's entertainment shows like Animal Hospital and Jim Will Fix It. They're not part of the Harvey Weinstein Effect because they were sex offenders and were convicted quite long before the Weinstein Effect happened. But they were convicted too for that. So I guess learning from this, just don't do sexual harassment or any kind of sexual things without person's consent. That's the way it is. Because otherwise you'll just get convicted, you'll get told off, you'll be thrown off different projects. You might even be thrown off YouTube if you're not careful. Please don't throw me off YouTube, please. And yeah, it's just a horrible thing, but brave and inspiring that lots of people actually sort of stood up and said, I don't like this, please stop and do something about it. It's a great thing. And I hope and pray that we'd never have to hear about a celebrity again that got accused of sexual assault or whatever. It's just a bad thing to do. Yeah. And although it's not quite related, I'm on the whole Amber Heard thing. I'm on the side of Johnny Depp because he did nothing wrong. Just Amber Heard's being a what's it. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It is a difficult topic, this one, I must admit. I had sort of been thinking long and hard about how to do this one in particular, and I hope I've done it justice. I might have missed out some things out, and I may have missed out, and I've almost certainly have missed out a lot of other celebrities that are worth mentioning about that have been affected by the Weinstein Effect. And I think from what I've heard about what's going on with the Weinstein Company, I think most of their assets have been sold to other companies, or at the very least they're trying to figure out a way to move forward, which will probably mean getting rid of the name Weinstein altogether and just be called something else. But I don't know. I didn't actually look it up before I did the video if they were still around or not. But yeah, what happened, and just don't do it. Just don't do that, because you never know what's going to happen to you. You might one day be, You might one day be the biggest movie star in the world, and then you do that, and then all of a sudden, down the hill you go. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, as I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. At the time of doing this video, I'm at 71 subscribers, I'm hoping to get to 75 eventually, and if and when I do get around to that, I'm hoping to do another special video, which will either be something that's near and dear close to my heart, or I will attempt to redo the final bit of Arkham Asylum, because as some of you may remember, for my long-time subscribers, some of you may remember I couldn't get to the end of the... Well, I did get to the end, but the recording buggered up, like, as in it just recorded something else, not what I was playing. But anyway, we'll get around to that when we get around to it. If I have reached that point by the time you see this vlog, or when it gets uploaded, great, it'll be on the way, or is already there. If not, it's fine. It's fine. The channel's still slowly but steadily building up, and yeah. Right, I'm going to go now. So thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.